Hey everyone. So I know it's a little last minute, but I decided to do a very quick do-it-yourself Father's Day gift ideas using Young Living essential oils. I think this is a great present, especially if it's just like in addition to something you've gotten already. This is a nice inexpensive way, especially if you already have all this stuff laying around your house, to add in a couple extra gifts in there with whatever you've already gotten. So, and of course, you know, not just Father's Day, it could be a birthday, and I'll share with you some other ways you can use these products. Maybe it's not even going to be a gift for anyone but you. Maybe you're going to use it. So number one is the Beardy Beard Oil. And I called it this because of that episode of The Office where Michael Scott calls that man Beardy, and that made me laugh. So what you need is a dropper bottle. Okay, this is a dropper bottle. Boop, boop, boop. So this is beard oil. It can also be hair oil too. So you need a dropper bottle, which you can get on Amazon. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill it with a carrier oil, and what I have is a gigantic jug of sweet almond oil. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Let me tell you real quick while we're on topic about carrier oils. I think that my favorite for making things are almond oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba oil. I like macadamia nut oil, and then fractionated coconut oil. And then on the tier below that, for me personally, I love olive oil. It just depends on what you're making, because it does have a smell. And if you want the essential oil smell to really come through, if you're going for the smell, I don't recommend using olive oil because it's already got that real peppery kind of a smell. And then I do like grapeseed oil. But my top ones would be sweet almond, jojoba oil, fractionated coconut oil. Those are my favorites. And I like macadamia nut oil too. So we're gonna take this here, and we're just gonna fill this up. Just about to here. Okay, so you've got your bottle filled with your sweet almond oil, and we're going to start out with 3 drops of cedar wood. Boop. Cedar wood is a slow going oil. It's very thick. It comes out very slow. 3 drops of bergamot, which is cedar wood. If you don't know what it smells like, it's a very manly smell. It's like those box bushes, I think that's what they're called. Anyways, there's a bush outside. Cedarwood oil reminds me of that. And then bergamot is very citrusy, very good, lemony almost. It's fabulous. And then 2 drops of peppermint. And it's done. So there's your Beardy Beard Oil. Okay, so that one's done. All right, next we're gonna do Mighty Muscles, and it calls for one of these. I'm gonna use a 10 milliliter roller ball that I got on Amazon. Okay, it comes with a little roller and a lid. So I'm just gonna use this. So for Mighty Muscles, we are going to do a whole bunch of oils in this one, but I'm gonna cut them down. So to be completely honest, this recipe calls for 20 drops of each of these, and I think that's a lot. So whenever I use a 10 milliliter roller ball, I usually shoot for 20 to 30 drops total. So we're gonna use lemongrass, copaiba. It calls for Idaho balsam fir. I do not have that. I'm gonna use Northern Lights black spruce instead. Wintergreen and peppermint, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm gonna do 7 drops of each, 7 to 8 drops of each of these for this muscles. Okay. All right, so that's 8 of each of those, and it's only filled up to here with the pure essential oil. I have my sweet almond oil right here. I'm gonna go over my sink this time just to be safe, and I'm gonna top it off with my carrier oil. Okay, so I filled that up all the way, and my daughter, I told her I was doing a video, but you know how it goes. Okay, so that is all done. Just mix those up, put my lid on, and my mussel Mighty Muscles, that's what I'm calling this one. My Mighty Muscles is ready to go. You're going to obviously use this when you have sore muscles, after gym, after workout muscles, whatever the case may be. This is gonna be great for that. Okay, next is one called Stinky Shoes, okay? So what we're basically doing is making a purifying powder, okay? So it called for, on the recipe I found, it called for an 8-ounce jar. I don't know if this is an 8-ounce jar, but I love this jar. I love the shape of it. It looks so cute when it has the lid on. So I love this jar. This is a fine size for that, but a little 8-ounce mason jar. I'm not using this one right now. Here's what I thought. Okay, we're making a shoe powder, right? I have saved several of my spice bottles with these cute little holes already in the top. What a good idea. So instead of, you know, having to hope you don't sprinkle out too much or have to get a tablespoon and sprinkle the shoe powder, you just take the lid off and sprinkle it on in. Shoes, other stinky things, gym bags. What else smells? I don't know. Other things that smell bad. I'm drawing a blank on things that smell bad right now. But, okay, so what you're gonna do is 6 tablespoons of cornstarch, okay? So I'm gonna do this over my sink and speed it up so you don't have to watch me. 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay, I made a little bit of a mess with that, but here we go. See, it fits perfectly. This is a 0.75 ounce jar of organic oregano leaves. So there we go. And if you want to take the label off, you can peel the label off. I just usually tape over them. I don't really care that much. But if you have goo, if you have yucky goo on your bottle you want to get off, just use lemon oil. So peel the label off, put lemon oil all over the bottle, rub it in, and then get a paper towel and just keep scrubbing away until all the sticky junk comes off. Okay, so we did 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now I'm going to move on to 3 tablespoons of baking soda. Here we go, speeding it up so you don't have to be bored. Okay, and I'm done. So I have 6 cornstarch, 3 baking soda, and look, it's a perfect fit. Then what I'm gonna do is 20 drops of purification. Purification, if you've never used it before or you don't know what it is, it's a lemongrass smelling. That's the main aroma that you get, but it is such an odor eliminator. It's awesome. Anytime I make tacos or anything smelly, I diffuse a ton of purification afterwards, and it just gets those smells right out. So we're gonna do 20 drops of this. Drops of that, and I am gonna shake it up, but I also I'm gonna use a chopstick and kind of get it down in the bottom and swirl that around, and then we're gonna put the little holy top back on, boop, boop, and the lid, and shake it around, and there you go. Let's see if it already smells really nice. Smells amazing. So what you do with this, if this is for shoes, is you're going to put it into the shoes at night before bed, and you're gonna shake them out in the morning, okay? Or carpet deodorizer. Isn't this awesome? And if you can also use thieves if you want to for carpet deodorizer. So you might wanna do a bigger one. You know, you could get a big, huge mason jar and put the cornstarch and the baking soda in there, and then do it all over the carpet, let it sit for 30 minutes, and then vacuum it up. It's gonna smell amazing. Okay, and I saved my favorite thing for last because I'm going to be making this, but I'm not going to be giving it to my husband for Father's Day. I'm going to be keeping it right by my kitchen sink for myself. This is one of my favorite things to make with Young Living products. So it is called Tough Man Hand Scrub. Okay, so this is the only disclaimer on this one is this recipe calls for sugar, sweet almond oil, and lemon. Now, lemon is photosynthetic, so you need to make sure that the Tough Man Hand Scrub is supposed to be a night routine for someone who works on cars or whatever, a landscaper, someone who gets their hands dirty or has rough hands. And they come home at night from the end of a long day and they scrub their hands clean. It's gonna get all that stuff off and make their hands super duper soft. And lemon is photosynthetic, so you do not want to use any citrus oils and then go out into the sunlight, okay? It could do something with this color of your skin. So citrus oils on the skin should only be used at night when they have 8 hours to kind of soak in, or where the sun don't shine. So if you need to do this scrub on your feet and then you wear sneakers that day, that's totally fine. So just no sun exposure for about 8 hours after you use a citrus oil. Also, citrus oils are so powerful, they will tear the chemicals and the toxins right out of plastic and then dump it into whatever's in the jar. So you want to make sure you always use glass jars with citrus oils. So this recipe calls for a cup of white sugar. I have my cane sugar here. Now, I don't know if this is quite 8 ounces. Doesn't quite look like a cup to me. But what I do is I just fill up the sugar to here, like 3/4 of the way full. That way when I pour the almond oil in, it doesn't overflow. So we're just gonna fill this up with sugar, 3/4 of the way. Okay, like that. And then it calls for a 1/4 cup of sweet almond oil. So I'm gonna eyeball it because I'm Italian and that's what I do. Here's a funny story. My grandmother, my Italian grandmother, was from Sicily, and someone asked her one time how to do laundry, and she said, you just put 2 gloves in. And they were like, what are you talking about? And she was like, you know, glub glub. So that's how she measured her laundry detergent. Pretty awesome. That's probably where I got it from. So we're just gonna do a little layer on top. Okay, then I'm gonna take my chopstick. I like using chopsticks to mix things, I don't know why. And I'm just gonna gently stir until all the dry sugar at the bottom is wet with the sweet almond oil. And if you don't fill it up all the way, then that way you're able to add. So like right now, mine's kind of runny. So if it's too dry, you can add more carrier oil. If it's too runny, like mine is, I can just add a little bit more sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna add more sugar. So for this one, we're gonna use lemon. I'm happy with this because it's summertime, and is there anything better than smelling fresh lemon in summertime? So we're doing 20 drops of lemon. So I also like using, I think I'm at 10, peppermint. Peppermint hand scrub is amazing. I'm trying to think of other things you can do for sugar scrub. So I've got the lemon oil in there, and I'm just gonna mix it all together. It smells incredible. It is straight up sweet. Think of sugar and lemon. It smells like lemon cookies. It's so good. All right, so now now that the oil has soaked in, it's looking just a little bit dry. Now, this will dry out. I also really like using this with coconut oil because then you get that kind of greasy, slippery. The coconut oil soaks into your skin really fast, but I really like using coconut oil in these sugar scrubs also. So if you feel like your concoction gets dried out, you just add a little bit more. I did that a ton with my coconut one. Just add a little bit more coconut oil, a little bit more sweet almond oil on top, and that is that. So other great things you can use in the sugar scrub, you could do lemon and spearmint. I love that combination. You could do straight up peppermint. You could do a stress away one. You could do a lavender one, lavender peppermint. I mean, really, what do you like the smell of? And you put that in your sugar scrub. How cute is this? So there are 4 things you can make for your husband, your dad, your brother, whatever the case may be, if you're looking for a little bit something extra to throw in there, or hopefully I've given you guys some good tips on how you can use them yourselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll talk to you soon.